Hi, everyone. I'm Kev Berry. I'm the host of Fast and Furious. We are experiencing some technical difficulties on the back end of things. It seems like Vendini may have sent out the wrong link for the show to some of our viewers who registered tonight. So I am going to hop off the camera for a few minutes and figure that out, and we will get going hopefully within 10 minutes. So hang tight. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself an ice cream cone. I'll be here, and we'll talk to you in a minute. All right, thanks. Bye. Okay. All right. Hello. Here we go. Welcome to Fast and Furious. I'm Kev Berry, and I'm not on dexamethasone. Welcome to Fast and Furious. What is the Fast and the Furious? Fast and Furious is a series that started in October 2016 at the Tank. October 2016. Now that's very interesting. It's October now. What does that mean? We're 4 years old, bitch. Here we go. Fast and Furious was started in 2016 in response to the Pulse shooting. When a group of artists came together at the Tank, and we said, well, what the fuck are we going to do? How are we going to respond to this? And so what came of that discussion, what came of that roundtable was Rosalind Grush and Rania Jumeli, former or co-artistic directors of the Tank, rest in peace, to Rania and Rosalind. They started this series called The Fast and the Furious. And every month, a group of artists would come together to make work in the 7 days leading up to the event in response to the headlines of the week. So the work was made very quickly, very furiously, very messy, very imperfectly, very beautifully. And 4 years later, here we are. 43 editions, here we are. There were 5 months where we didn't do it, if you can do math. Actually, there are 6 months where we didn't do it because there was 1 month where we had to do it twice by accident. So this is Fast and Furious 43, the 4th anniversary extravaganza. We started in the old Tank, we moved to the new Tank, and we played anywhere from sold out houses in the 56 and 65 seat theaters at the old and new spaces, and we played from anywhere from sold out houses to audiences of 3. So it really has varied over the years, and I'm excited. I'm excited that there seems to be a good group of folks, a happy medium between 3 and sold out in our virtual space tonight. So that's nice. And then the COVID hit, and I knew that we would have to respond to the time, and so here we are now, and it's now a virtual salon, and so that's a little bit about Fast and Furious, and I'm here in a virtual backstage with a couple of the people who are going to be performing live for you tonight, which is a new development for us in this virtual world. We're trying out some new stuff. Fast and Furious stalwart Travis Emil has signed on as our live stream director, so we're trying out some new technology. So forgive any little snafus, any more snafus that happened tonight. I'm sorry that we had one that already happened, because who says you can't teach an old show queen some new tricks or some new technology? So tonight we are 4 years old, and next month is our election night special, and the next couple of weeks of our lives as American citizens are going to be very crucial. So after the show tonight, our very own Celeste Cahn is going to be leading us through a phone bank for Joe Biden. The Zoom link is in the info box below the video. Like and subscribe, horny sluts. Also in the info box below is the Venmos for all of the participating artists in the evening. So if you like what you see and want to support artists or pay for their seamless tonight or buy them a couple of pairs of socks, throw them some coin if you feel so inclined in their Venmos. I'm just looking at my notes here. I think without further ado, we're just going to begin the show. Okay, cool. So first up, we have Lee Gometz with "Arto Wants to Shatter My Spine," not in a sexual way.
Growing up, I never thought I would want the president to die so badly. Like, I imagine wanting him to be dead or die. But now I have an exact image in my head with a cause of death and a timeline. And the scary part is that I'm losing fear of saying a death wish out loud. Like, I'm unshackling my ability to be like, not only do I want him to die, I would like to be a part of the process that makes that happen. I'm unlocking the medieval part of my brain that would have stoned people to death for crimes against the country, but also out of my own personal hatred for the kind of man he is. Precisely because he is a leader, he deserves death. I've never seen people online happier. And I was there when that enormous baby was online, and when Jason Derulo fell down the stairs at the Met Gala, and when Ina Garten made that giant margarita. Nothing was better than when we found out that our president had a life-threatening illness that he caught because of his own stupidity. And as we've all been trained to look out for, we need a satisfying ending to this particular arc. Hungry was he to turn the presidency into the Kardashians, a family-based reality TV show. We all gobbled it up, and we became addicted to the glut of information. Well, Mr. President, the people need their series finale. We demand blood. The writers tied their own hands, and now he must die. I believe that the death of the president will become a new American tradition. Every 4 years, the rise of disapproval and anger against the president's misgivings will bring us to our ritual. And we will never again get this saturated, potent, and endless political theater of cruelty again, unless the news outlets bring us blood themselves. Even if he does die, it probably won't be enough.
Wow! Ratututu, what a way to what a way to start the show. I love doing this show. Thank you, Emma. That was very disturbing. Next up, we're gonna have Celeste Cahn, another Fast and Furious stalwart, who I believe performed in the first FNF as well, or the second. Celeste has been with us for a long time. So I'm getting a sign backstage. It's the second. Celeste was there in the beginning. Is what I'm saying. So here we have Celeste Cahn with "Place Your Bets Here."
Well, hello, everyone. I'm here to usher in some betting on the highest stakes game happening in the country right now. That's right. Who will be the next Republican, high-profile Republican specifically, to come down with the coronavirus? So I just want to say you can start placing your bets in this YouTube live chat. You have probably about 3 minutes and 30 seconds to do so. Thank you so much. So first, I'm just going to go over some information. Stephen Miller, by the way, is off the table, as Dennis Chum informed us he has come down with coronavirus. Okay, so here is this picture of the Rose Garden Massacre, as it's been called, and these people, plus many more, all have COVID-19. I'm sorry, I'm not a graphic designer, I'm a bookie, so I couldn't make my own graphic. Okay, this is Senator Mike Lee. Now, who are these two people? Frankly, I don't know. I know that they are Republicans, probably, and that they support Amy Coney Barrett. And so there you have it. Now, there is also Kellyanne Conway right here with Bill Barr. Will he come down with COVID-19? I don't know. I am serious, people, by the way. Please place some bets. Mike Pence, you think Mike Pence is going to get it even after he tested negative? That could be very, very bad, I think, for this vice presidential debate, but also perhaps very good for the country. Lara Trump will be the next one taken down. Very interesting. Seems perfectly plausible. Oh, Mitch would be honestly wonderful for us all to hear. I think I can speak for everyone when I say that. That would be very interesting. I do think, though, that he's a bit careful, actually. I think that he is a bit smarter in some ways than some of the others. I think he understands that it is real and he just doesn't care if people die. Bill Barr, Ted Cruz. Oh, yes, Bill Barr, Ted Cruz, Conway's dog. Okay, Conway's dog probably already has it, but I don't know that they're going to announce that. Betsy DeVos would be really wonderful. Bill Barr does seem like, I think, the likeliest bet. I would say that the odds on him are very high, so I don't think that you're going to get much for that bet. Barron Trump, very possible. But, I'm hoping, I think that for me, Ted Cruz would be really interesting. That could be very interesting. Bill Barr, I think, is very high up on the scale, so I don't think that you win very much for betting on him. But yes, I agree. I would say Conway's dog, probably has it 200. Okay, 200. Now, is this 40,000? Yes, I'm very bad. Or is that 400,000? I'm very bad with zeros and counting them. But so it's weird that I'm doing this right now in many ways. But so I think, Hope Hicks already has it, as we know. Mark Meadows, 50-1. Yes, very interesting. Now, as we know, Kayleigh McEnany has it. Bill Barr will kiss Lara Trump in the French way. And that's how she'll get it. Well, that, I think in the French way, I think is what transmits coronavirus, from what I hear. I have no idea how to, fair enough. Look, basically how betting will work in this game is that I will congratulate you if you get it right and you give me your information after the show, perhaps in that Zoom room. You can just come on, give me your information. I'll congratulate you. Or if you would like, I have a bit of a suggestion for some of these bets. You could perhaps donate it to some charitable causes that we may be needing in the coming months, depending on what will be happening with our country. Or you could donate it to some Democrats to hope that they beat these motherfuckers out of office. My bet on Mike Pence, for your stimulus bill, is a very thing to be betting right now. We won't be getting many more of those, it seems like. And so now, everyone, please come to me after the show and I will congratulate you if you get it right. Yes, that's right. Now, let's hope that some of these people do come down with coronavirus. Bill Barr for 20,000. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
I think I'm back. Am I back, Travis? Yeah, hey, I'm back. Thank you, Celeste. That was great. Character actress Celeste Cahn. We are going to be doing a phone bank after the show. You should come join us. It'll be a lot of fun. The information is in the Zoom box. The Zoom information is in the box below, the information box below the video. So like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, teens. All right, we are going to switch from the live performance portion of the evening into the pre-recorded portion of the evening. And we're just going to keep going with Keats by Joey Sims.
Good morning. How is everyone? Anyone want to say hi? Anyone able to turn on their video today? You're not obligated to turn on your video. But I did, however, send an email to all of your parents, just suggesting that maybe it would be nice if you guys were able to do video. It might be a little more worth their money. Okay, well, thank you all for being here. I have a few tutoring sessions today, so I do appreciate everyone being on time. Today, we are going to talk about a poem. Well, I am. I selected a piece by John Keats. Keats was a prominent figure in Romantic poetry in the late 1800s. Sorry, the early 1800s. And not at that time. At the time, he was little known, but he became a prominent figure in Romantic poetry following his premature death from tuberculosis at the age of 25. I turned 26 today, by the way. Yeah, it's my birthday. Okay, what we're going to look at today is actually technically not a poem. It is a letter that John Keats wrote to his love, Fanny Brawne. And since it's just us, I won't lie to you guys. I was led to this letter by the original soundtrack of the movie Bright Star, which starred Ben Whishaw as Keats and Abby Cornish as Fanny Brawne. It's a great movie. I recommend checking it out, actually. It's free to watch on IMDb TV. So would anyone be willing to read? I can send you the link in the chat. Okay. My dearest Fanny, I slept well last night and am no worse this morning for it. Day by day, if I'm not deceived, I get more unrestrained use of my chest. The nearer a racer gets to the goal, the more his anxiety becomes. So I, lingering upon the borders of health, feel my impatience increase. Perhaps on your account, I've imagined my illness more serious than it is. How horrid was the chance of slipping into the ground instead of your arms. Take care of yourself, dear, that we may both be well in the summer. Reactions to that piece. Makes me think about, it's so silly. I've been doing pretty well during this time. I have a lot of anxiety generally. Well, I did before all of this, but during this time, I've actually done pretty well. Well, I was talking to this guy for months who lives here in Brooklyn, and I've been in LA for all of our previous sessions visiting family, but I'm back home now. So anyway, I was talking to this guy I'd met through Twitter, and the whole time I just hoped that when I came back that he might. Anyway, we met up, and that, well, it wasn't what he says that wasn't what he thought it was, but he also said there was someone else. It was confusing, and he didn't really explain. Are any of you even there? I mean, I get paid either way, but I just, am I even talking to anyone? Seems we were just Zoom bombed. Well, nice to know you're there, at least.
All right, thank you, Joey. That was great. That was Joey Sims with Keats, and we are going to continue with Ratututut, Anna-Christina-Betekhtin with the Lament of the Caprera.
I am an elegant woman, small perhaps, complicated too, but brave, honorable in all senses of the word, and my sisters too. We make our mother proud. An Italian warship who denies passage to 80 filthy Libyan boats, mere rafts smuggling migrants, must be honorable, is she not? To defend Europe, no less Italy, from this onslaught of trash, with my prow majestically parting the waves of the only ocean I know, the Mediterranean, the Middle Sea, our churning mother who supports us in all things. She gives me and my sisters strength to toss the dross back to their wretched homelands. Every journey across the waters, buoyed by her, has been a battle unwinnable until my men, my navy of warriors, defended me from the fray. Oh, how I trembled then, though onward I sailed. The sidelong approach, the skirmish assailing them from every side, and then the inevitable yield of the inferior ship to me. What a moment when we won! How my men's hearts were cheered! I glowed with pride, and my mother too, as the engineers stoked my engines and we sped off to return the raft to the desert whence it came. And my mother sang me songs of triumph as she stroked my sides in the warm motor oil-scented nights of Tripoli. These were the orders, and I carried them out faithfully. To keep our country and continent clean has been the work of my iron-clad life. But ships, even small and brave ones, grow tired, return to Italian ports and navy yards. The dry dock beckons. Supplies unloaded, my sailors must have the comfortable embrace of their motherland. It is a necessary interlude, though I long for them immensely. And I must confess, for a woman such as I, to leave my mother thus, it is very hard. She twinkles and beckons in the distance, laughing with my sisters who speed along her waters. I am alone, without all who I adore, without the work that gives me poise and purpose. So imagine, some slut says I felt like Dante descending into the inferno. 70 sacks of cigarettes on a military vessel. I never saw that in my whole life, she says. And it is true. Forgive me, Mother, for I have sinned. My men have betrayed us, betrayed our mission. My decks unscrubbed, my engine blooms rank fumes. They lined their pockets with lire, stuffed with the chocolate cake the head engineer baked as we prepared to dock, and I, unknowing, a woman wronged, and Europe too, the coasts and waves unguarded by the chosen happy few. But now I am weighted with the worry that I have done wrong too, in trusting such sailors as these. What raft would be scuttled so? No mere lashed-together craft could compare with me, her only task to float. But oarsmen are tender, the river not so rough. Iron rusts.
All right, thank you, ACB. That was wonderful. We're going to chug along here with Jake Smerechniak with Do You Want That Toasted? A Scandalous Subway Sandwich Story. All right. Thank you, Jake. Sorry for that delay. I got distracted watching you make that terrifying sandwich in the live feed in my other tab here, the real feed, with my there's a little bit of a delay, and I was watching you make the sandwich. I hope you enjoyed it. Next up, we have a dispatch from Denver, Colorado, baby, the Mile High City, out in the Rocky Mountains. We have Bridget Berry, that's right, my sister, Bridget Berry, with excerpts from my diary.
September 30th, 2020, Wednesday, 9:31 a.m. It's so embarrassing. Our country right now is embarrassing. It's sad and it's infuriating. I want the election to be over so badly, but really, what is the election going to change? People are still going to be terrible. People are still going to disagree. Democrats will still be Democrats, and Republicans will still be Republicans. I genuinely feel like we're past the point of no return here. There's already so much violence and fear and hatred. I know my vote counts more in Colorado, but I miss the safe feeling of my New York City echo chamber. I'm supposed to write a piece for next week's Fast and Furious, and I don't even know what I'd say. 9:17 p.m. I feel like I am a grilled cheese sandwich. Nothing makes sense. There is not much stability in the world right now. It's hard to hold on to anything, to even want to. I'm doing my best. All I can do is my best. October 1st, 2020. Thursday, 9:55 a.m. Not sure how it's already October. Rude. Someone in a meeting this morning was like, oh, thank God, only 3 months left of 2020. And I'm like, you know shit's still gonna suck in 2021, right? Like, globally speaking, things are pretty fucked. Personally speaking, things aren't so bad. It's a struggle, though, to cherish the good in my personal life when there's so much bad surrounding me. I mean, it's everywhere. The world is just so uncomfortable. What are we to do? 9:04 p.m. I'm feeling strangely calm. Instead of picturing the worst, I've been imagining the best, and it's comforting to me. There is an end to this madness, and that end is in sight. Let's all join hands and run to it. October 2nd, 2020. Friday, 8:41 a.m. Trump has COVID. The news broke while I was sleeping, and I woke up to many texts. I'm already tired of this headline. October 4th, 2020. Sunday, 11:16 a.m. Not sure what's going on in the world right now. More on that later. 9:05 p.m. Had such a great weekend. Stayed away from the news, which is both disgustingly privileged and highly necessary from time to time. Back on the grind tomorrow. October 5th, 2020. Monday, 8:18 a.m. Final pages of this journal. It's strange how much can change in 10 months. When I started this journal, the election was so far away. I mean, I put an Elizabeth Warren sticker on the front of it, for fuck's sake. Now the election is here, and I feel so out of it. I'm doing my best to stay involved and stay informed. I know my voting plan, and I'm talking about politics again after a long hiatus in the name of self-care. But frankly, I'm scared. All I can think about is the heartbreak I felt in 2016. All I can think about is the well-being of my family and friends who aren't like me, a straight cisgender white woman. All I can think about is what another 4 years of this administration could possibly look like. And I'm not naive. I know that in winning, we are still looking at an imperfect candidate who will make mistakes, who will do the wrong things at the wrong times. But at least there will be a sense of hope. Hope for a better future. Hope in knowing that the well-being of the oppressed will be protected as best as possible, at least under the law. Hope for the children of our country to not come of age in a culture of hate fueled by the organizations meant to promote safety and unity. I am hopeful about this election, and I am hopeful about tomorrow. What's important is to not lose that hope, to tend to it and allow it to remain steadfast no matter the outcome of the next month. To remember always that hope is stronger than hate.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Bridge. That was great. Loved that very much. Just a reminder, to anyone who's watching who has money that they want to distribute to the artists in the show tonight. Everyone's Venmos are in the information box below the video. And I don't know if you saw in the chat, but Celeste says she will be sending a new Zoom link in the chat for the phone bank after the show. And for anyone who's nervous about phone banking, if you haven't done it yet, Celeste is great. She will train you. She will train all of us. She is very good at it, and you should do it. We're just going to keep. We have a couple more left. We have 3 left. We're going to move forward now with Eli Schleicher with Eli XFF prep session.
Hey, sorry, 1 second. Sorry. Sorry, I am just finishing something. Give me a second. Who is that? No. What am I trying to say? Attach, and yes. Send. Amazing. That is done. Hi. Sorry. So I am just going to share my screen with you. Let me know if you can see this. Can you see it? Great. Okay. So this was put together over the course of just a few days. I think it is pretty self-explanatory. So I will just walk you through the deck, how the presentation will probably flow on the day of, and you can let me know any questions that you have at the end. Sound good? Amazing. Let's just get this over with. So what we're looking at right now is a timeline of the president's COVID diagnosis, just looking at all of the information that we were given regarding, his testing procedure, the official projected timeline for contracting and then demonstrating symptoms of the virus. And so that's all been aggregated here into this sort of base chart that we are going to develop in the coming slides. And then if we go to the next slide, so this is a different look at that same data, just visualizing it slightly differently for a little bit more clarity. So here we have pulled a few major milestones in that timeline and expanded on those points. So I will let you give that a scan. I would just point out that on the right-hand side there of the screen is where we start to see some real gradation in the information. And actually, so sorry, that is on the next slide. So there we go. Just noticing those gradations on the right-hand side there. So from there, we would go to the next slide and we will just unpack this bird's eye view look at all the official statements from the White House on the procedures and precautions they were taking, they will be taking, what sort of plan they're putting in place to contain this infection. And there at the bottom is just sort of a highlight reel of some of the accurate facts and figures that the president has been sharing either via Twitter or other medium over the last few days. So at this presentation, at this point in the presentation, I would probably pause for questions, do a little bit of light wrap up. And so I got one more slide here. So this is just a collection of some of my favorite quotes from the debate last week, something lighthearted to close this out. So yeah, any questions?
Thank you, Eli. That was great. We have 2 more for you. One of them is me, and the other one is right now, and it is a a video from someone who means a lot to me, who used to work at the Tank, who used to run this show, and who I nagged and said, let me help you run the show. Let me help you run the show. And then she said, oh, fine, okay. And then eventually, when she solemnly departed the organization, the Tank, to solemnly depart the state of New York, to solemnly move back to the state of California to go to grad school, she said, I'm going to pass the torch to you. And then she looks me in the eyes and she said, Kev, do not fuck this up. And I felt threatened. And she said, do not fuck up what I have made for you to take over. And I said, yes, Daddy. And so without further ado, we have an address from our former captain, Rosalind Grush.
Hi, everyone. Miss you all so much, and I really hope everyone is well among our many apocalypses. I genuinely can't believe it's been 4 years of Fast and Furious, and also can't believe that it's only been 4 years of Fast and Furious, since the last 4 feel like at least a decade. Rania and I started this series to make space for people to process the day-to-day traumas of living in America. It is my strong belief that spaces like this are where we find the language to fight oppressive regimes, and I'm so glad to see so many intelligent, funny, incredible artists continuing to do this work. I want to thank Kev for carrying the torch, and to all of you for continuing to find the words to describe and process these horrible times. Sending all of my love to the Tank and all of the Fast and Furious artists. So I've been thinking a lot this week about whether or not we should wish the president was dead. On the one hand, he's a murderer who let 200,000 people die on his watch, not to mention countless other atrocities. The degree to which he's insensitive to the crisis, saying things to downplay the massive bereavement of our nation, barely even registers because of the overtly racist, misogynistic stuff that he says and does regularly. He breaks the law with impunity and takes pride in manipulating the system that he's ostensibly in office to protect and preserve. When anyone tries to come for him, his best comeback is basically, I know you are, but what am I? And somehow this works. He's an ignorant, dangerous, fascist piece of shit. I have fewer rights today than I had 5 years ago, and that is even more true for lots of people in this country. Do I want him to be alive? No, I don't. On the other hand, is radical empathy, which I would love to have, and going high when they go low, which I would love to do. Plus, I have concerns about the vice president stepping in and becoming the president because he's also a murderous, misogynistic, racist piece of shit. I worry about him becoming the president and issuing some sort of executive order about women not being allowed to leave the house except to go to the hospital to birth a baby, after which they'll murder the mothers since they'll have served their purpose in our society. I also have concerns that if the president dies, we'll have to postpone the election, and even 28 more days feels like negative 1,433 too many. Anyway, is it important right now that I access the energy to want the president to live in order to try to embody the values that I wish he had, which will make no difference to him whatsoever? Here's what I think. I don't care. I don't care if he lives or dies. The president is a dangerous, moronic fool, but one thing has become abundantly clear, and that is that all he wants is attention. He doesn't even care who's giving him that attention. He doesn't care that a lot of that attention is coming from incels and members of violent, racist groups denounced by much of America and the world. He should be trying to think about the fact that he lost the last election by 3 million votes. He only won Pennsylvania by around 44,000 votes. And Pennsylvania currently has 169,937 reported COVID cases. He won Wisconsin by 22,748 votes, and Wisconsin currently has 141,780 reported COVID cases. He won Michigan by 10,704 votes, and Michigan currently has 142,757 reported COVID cases. Not to mention 10.6 million people who are out of work in this country right now, but instead of trying to get a single new vote, all he's thinking about is whether or not his supporters, who are trash, are lined up outside the hospital to cheer for him. So I don't care if he lives or dies. I nothing him. I will continue to do everything I can to get him out of office so that he can become a memory that we all repress and revisit only to ensure that history doesn't repeat itself. But he would rather be the worst than nothing. So I nothing him. I don't care if the president lives or dies.
All right. Thank you, Rosalind. Thank you. I miss you so much. Please come back to the city. Please. And last but not least, we have me. So where I'm going to go. This is called A Whole Ass Presidency. This is the Orange TerrorCycle Part 3, Chapter 43. I didn't want to celebrate like this. I didn't want to celebrate like this through a screen. I wanted to celebrate in person, in the room where we normally do this show. I hate that we have to celebrate 4 years like this. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that y'all can't get drunk while I get punch drunk hosting the show. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I wanted to celebrate 4 years with you. I wanted to get dressed up, but nonetheless, here I am, cozy in my bedroom, cozy in what I'll wear to sleep tonight, which is eerily similar to this outfit. This outfit is eerily similar to the outfit I wore all day today. It's exactly the same as the outfit I wore all day today because I didn't have anywhere to go today, and I haven't really had anywhere to go in 7 months. And while that's nice, it's also like, okay, come on, I really want to have like somewhere to be now. All of the places I've gone in the last 7 months are places I also could have gone without putting on pants or without putting on shoes via the internet, or places I didn't have to go at all. I was on Fire Island over the weekend. I didn't have to go there, but I did. I went to some in-person AA meetings over the last few weeks. I could have gone to meetings on Zoom if I wanted or if I didn't feel safe. I visited my parents a few times on Long Island. I didn't have to go there, but I went there because it was convenient and an escape from the tension of the city. I really wanted this event, the event of this celebration, to be somewhere to go, somewhere for people to go. And while the shared space online that we built over the last 7 months is a metaphysical somewhere to go without having to go anywhere, it would have been nice to dress for the occasion and get you all drunk at the theater, but here we are, and hopefully you have a glass of wine or a beer. I have a grapefruit juice mocktail I make on special occasions or when the world needs something sweet, and it doesn't feel like there's much to celebrate without being glib or a shithead or evil. It doesn't feel like there's much to celebrate, even if I did get a serotonin boost when they sent him to the hospital, even if I was laughing all weekend at his seemingly inept doctors, even if I was happy to see how terrible he looked last night on the balcony. And I don't want to lean into a dishonest neoliberalism where I go like, we can't wish death on him. That would make us as bad as he is, because I've written pieces for this series of meetings we've had over the last 4 years. I've written pieces that have included the line that I want the 45th president of the United States to die many times. And, you know, I have said so many times, I write the line, I want the 45th president of the United States to die, into the piece. And then I get to it in the performance of the piece that I've written that line into. And I say, you know, maybe this isn't the right time to say it. Maybe this evil thing he did doesn't warrant wanting his death. Maybe that evil thing doesn't warrant it either. The number of times I've wimped out over saying something that dark over the last 4 years, I don't know. It's been a lot. And as much as I want to say it, it's just I can't bring myself to mean it. But I also won't condone folks who are saying it. Even this weekend, I tweeted, why hasn't the president died yet? He has been a neglectful leader. We know this. He has been an evil leader. We know this. He has directly led to the downfall of our democracy. We know this. He knows this. And the last 10 days of his term as president leading up to tonight have been filled with more revelations and more revelatory evil than any one person should hope would fill their entire life. The last 10 days of his presidency would be an unbearable story to read. An editor would say, make some cuts here. How could so much have happened in the last 10 days? Now imagine those 10 days times by 146. That would be a whole ass presidency. That would be 4 years. Look at all the damage he's done in the last 10 days alone. His campaign manager resigned after a public arrest and suicide attempt. He nominated a Supreme Court justice who wants us to live as Puritan. And at the event where he nominated her, which was both in and out of doors, there were no masks, there was no distancing, there were hugs, kisses, handshakes, and it became a super spreader event. It was a wholly irresponsible thing for him to do, which is the whole MO, right? Being irresponsible. He went to the hospital with the virus on a shady timetable, and he left last night on a shady timetable, and he's going to relapse tax, and he's going to give the virus to more people. And he only paid $750 in taxes last year, in the last however many years or whatever it was, $750 a year for a few years or something. And don't even get me started on the debate, which was just last week. Can you believe what a year this week has been? And he refused to denounce white supremacy. And he told us supporters to stand by and stand down. And he told us supporters to defend the polls. And he lied to us about the vaccine timetable. And he lied to us about the jobs he created. Companies across the country continue massive layoffs. The election is 4 weeks from tonight. We have 4 more years to go, but it feels, before we get to vote him the fuck out. And then there's going to be the actual debacle of the actual election, which I know we all think is going to, which I think we all know is going to be a fucking debacle. I can't believe it's been 4 years of this. And I can't believe it's been 4 years of this. And I can't believe it's been 4 years of this show. I can't believe we still have to do it. Between the old theater and the new theater and this virtual online space, we've had artists write love songs for our country. We've had episodes of The Handmaid's Tale and The Office cast with members of the administration written on spec. We've had pieces powered by generators, powered by bikes. We've had videos captured on bikes. We've had lectures on constitutional law. We've cried. We've had too much to drink. We've had emails written from one fucked up Republican to another. We've had dating shows. We've had apps developed. We've had friends and family move away. We've gotten angry. Maybe we've stayed angry. We've had socialist vape bros wax poetic about Kanye. We've had folks convince us to do better jobs at saving the whales. We've had newscasters filter in and out of our group. We've learned about Turkey the country and Turkey the food. We've met a host of insane characters played by insane character actors. We've had the chance to try and change the world in some small way by maybe changing someone's mind. Maybe not in the room. Maybe not during any of these broadcasts, but maybe I hope our work in these rooms and these spaces can be the first flap of a butterfly's wing that eventually becomes a powerful gust strong enough to change the world. Our 43 and counting meetings have changed my life, and running this show is the greatest honor of my career thus far as an artist. I've said that before, and I will say it again. And the opportunity to continue to provide the space for y'all to do the same is the greatest gift I've been given. There is power in a raised voice and a clenched fist. There is hope in this space we've created. There is might in our work. There is might in our work. There is might in the work. And through the darkness we are immersed in, these meetings, they're my light. Thanks, guys. All right. That is, that's the end of the show. Like I said, I'm very, very proud. I'm very proud of this show. It really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me that I have a group of artists who come to make work with me every month and let me lead them through this great unprecedented time. And next month is going to be very scary, and I'm very scared. But I have this show. We have this show. We have this space. We have this community that we've created over the last 4 years to help us through it. And that's why we're doing this. We did 4 years ago. We didn't know what the fuck we were going to do going forward, and now it feels exactly the same, just maybe a little bit magnified. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the next couple of months, but I'm looking forward to the next couple of months with all of you. So if you like what you saw and you want to participate, you can email me at kev@thetanknyc.org, K as in kangaroo, V as in .org, and I'm happy to add you to our listserv. Otherwise, Venmo the artists in the information box below. We're going to phone bank after the show with Celeste leading us through that. Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a good night. I'll see you soon.